everybody's now competing for Latino voters. They all woke up and go, oh my God, 22 million people that might be voting. And it turns out they make a huge difference in the elections. For example, Bush got a record 44% of the Latino vote in 2004 for a Republican. That's a record. And he won. John McCain only got 31% of the vote, obviously much less, and he lost. Now, that wasn't the only factor at all, but it was a huge factor. And one of the guys who recognizes this? Karl Rove. His American Crossroads right now is spending a lot of money trying to appeal to the Latino community, saying, oh, we're on your side. I can't believe how the Democrats aren't doing enough for immigration reform. Which is, of course, nonsense, but that's what they're trying to do. And now there are all these conservative and Republican groups trying to reach out to Latino voters, but Latino voters are stuck in the middle. And it is tough to decide. And there was a great article here by Saki Nafasaki, if I'm pronouncing that right, from Huffington Post. Went and talked to some people in the community. One guy in the beginning of his article says, look, we're stuck. What are we supposed to do? Obama has deported about 1 million people on his record. It's a record pace, okay, in his term, more so than George W. Bush. And he said, you know how many people you got to deport to get to 1 million? It's like you got to be deporting people for traffic citations. So he's breaking records. And then he said he was going to do immigration reform. He didn't do any immigration reform. He said, I would have never imagined voting for a Republican. But this guy has been worse than a Republican, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Now I'm considering it. Now, I don't think that makes sense because the Republicans, SB 1070 in Arizona, J.D. Hayworth, Tom Tancredi, they're the worst. But it's true. These guys are stuck between a rock and a hard place. So when I thought there was two telling quotes here. One was from Executive Director Jennifer Korn. She is one of the Republicans trying to reach out to Latinos. And here's what she said. The combination of disappointment with Obama and the fact that more conservative groups are popping up throughout the country and putting more effort into doing Hispanic outreach is really going to help. So I want you to understand the irony of that. The Republicans push Obama to make sure he does not do immigration reform. And they push so hard, you know how Obama is. He folded immediately and thought, that's it. That's the last priority. I'm definitely not going to do it. I will save it for the election and tell Latinos, hey, if you vote for me one more time, then maybe I'll get to it in my next term. But he did not suggest anything and in this term, and he has no chance of winning on it. So the Republicans push him. And then when he does what they want, which is no immigration reform and record-breaking deportations, they turn around and go, look, Obama didn't deliver for you. And I'm spending a lot of money putting out ads in Spanish, so you should come vote for me. You see how we got Obama to make sure that he screwed you? Is Obama ever going to learn the lesson? Stop listening to that. Two, does he want to learn that lesson, or does he not want immigration reform himself? I don't know. Because if he wants immigration reform, he's got a really funny way of showing it. But finally, Didi Garcia Blase is a Republican activist in Arizona and explains, well, no matter how bad President Obama has been at delivering on his promises that he made during the campaign, the Republicans have a bigger problem. Quote, even though they're very disgruntled, referring to Latino voters, they view the Tea Party Republicans as having significant control over the entire Republican Party, and the Tea Party is kryptonite to the Hispanic population. Well, that is very, very true. And by the way, that is a Republican activist saying that. So Latino voters are in a bind. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, But if I was the Latino community, and I have told some of the Latino leaders in this country this very same thing, look, you can't vote for Republicans. That's crazy. They don't have your best interest in mind at all. And I would say you got to vote at the end. If push came to shove and they twisted your arm, well, it's a democracy, you got to vote. I'd vote for Obama. But that doesn't mean, oh, you give Obama a free ride, just let him do whatever he wants, and next time hope for the best, because he ain't going to give you that, right? He didn't give it to you these years, he's not going to give it to you that year, in the next term either. So what do? You put pressure on Obama. You say, hey, wait a minute. You want me to volunteer and turn out voters? I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? Why would I deliver for you when you didn't deliver for me? You want me to give you campaign cash? Well, the last time I gave you campaign cash, you rubbed my face in it and you laughed. Well, of course I'm not going to give you money. Look, not another dime and not another minute of us volunteering for your campaigns until you actually deliver. Now, when it comes to voting, we got to do what we got to do. We're citizens of this democracy, and the other option is horrible, okay? But next time, if you want people to get energized and vote for Democrats, well, you got to show us what you got. If you're not going to push for immigration reform, there's no reason in the world why we should go out of our way to support you.